Hi, this is Lisa with Holland Designs Crochet. Today I'm going to film a demo for you of my squared reversible waffle blanket. So this was a design that I released in 2018. And I really don't often get questions about it from customers, but I was asked to recently create a short demo video about it just to help someone maybe who's not as familiar with some of the stitches in the pattern or with reading patterns. So I will go ahead and do that for you today. So I am using a K-hook, and the pattern says a Aran worsted weight yarn. So I happen to have this on hand at the moment, some Karen cakes. So I'll just use that to demonstrate this. And you can work to your own gauge. And let's see here. The original sample size was about 48 inches square. The neat thing about this pattern is it is reversible, so the waffle texture appears on both sides of the blanket. I did say in the pattern that there is a visible right and wrong side to the stitches, so both sides aren't technically identical in appearance, but it is still what I would consider a reversible design. So to begin with round one, I originally had a dark pink, I believe, that I was working with, but I'm just going to use this cake, so it's multicolored, obviously. So I'm going to begin with a chain 4 and a slip stitch in the 4th chain from hook to form a ring. Then I do chain 2, 2 double crochets in the ring. And I always like to work over my yarn end so that it is hidden within the stitching, so I don't have to worry about weaving it in later. Then I'm going to do a chain 2 for the corner, then 3 double crochets, so this is very much like a typical granny square would begin. Again, repeat this 2 more times, so I've got a total of three repetitions of the chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So we're going to create simply 4 corners for this round 1 as we're creating a square, just like a granny square. So this is my 3rd repetition now of the chain 2, 3 double crochet and ring. It's written in parentheses in the pattern, and that was repeated 3 times. So we had 1, 2, and 3 repetitions. Now to end this round, we're going to be joining with a double crochet in the top of the beginning chain 2. So this was the chain 2 here, which basically counted as double crochet. And to join and also create the 4th corner, we're simply going to join with a double crochet, and that creates our 4th corner. So that replaces what would be the typical chain 2, and it makes it that our hook is in the center position, exactly where we want it to be here to begin at the corner for our next round. The reason this is done is that we don't want any seams, any joining seams to be noticeable as we're working the rounds of the pattern. So we do always join with a double crochet just like that. So that's a pretty neat way of doing that, just to make sure that the overall project looks really lovely and doesn't have any noticeable joining seam. Round 2 now, it says to slip stitch in the 1st corner. So you're slip stitching right there in that same corner that you just finished. Then we do a chain 2, which counts as the 1st double crochet of our new round. That will end up being part of this corner here. And then the repetition is given in the pattern. It says front post double crochet around the next double crochet in the top of the next stitch, front post double crochet around the next one. So you have that along the side. Then you're going to work in the corner, you're going to work double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet, for your corner stitch. And then the repetition repeats now, again with the front post double crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, a front post, double crochet in the third one, again the corner stitch, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. So in this round you're beginning to see the textures, the waffle texture develop because of the post stitches. Another corner stitch here. And then along the final side, again we're doing the front post double crochet in the next, front post here. And now to complete the fourth corner, because we already had a double crochet for part of that corner already, we just work one more double crochet into the corner and then join again with a double crochet in the top of the beginning chain 2 to complete our fourth corner. So that is the end of round 2, and you can see what that's looking like. You don't really have much texture on the back at this point, but on the front you definitely have that waffle texture. Now this is going to be round 3. So again we are going to slip stitch in the first corner and chain 2, and that again counts as a double crochet for the new round and also will be part of this corner that we'll finish later. Now in this pattern, or this particular round of the pattern, we're going to be doing back post double crochet on this round. So we're going to firstly do a back post double crochet around the post of the next double crochet, then a double crochet in the next stitch, again back post around the next double crochet in the next stitch, and then back post around the next double crochet. So along each side on this round we're going to be working 5 stitches along the sides, and it's a back post, a regular double crochet, a back post, a regular double crochet, and again a back post. The corners then are always the same. The corners are the same as they were on the previous round. Just a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet in the corner. And of course the way this pattern works is that the increases are always at the corners. So every round you have 2 additional stitches at the corners. So the stitch count on each round increases by 8. Not that you really need to pay attention to the stitch count particularly, but that is actually what's happening to increase the square and keep it the shape that it needs to be. Increases are being done at the corners. So I'll just again demonstrate that. Back post, double crochet in the next stitch, back post, double crochet in the next, back post around the next stitch, and again the alternating between the back post and the regular double crochets is what creates that waffle texture. And actually on this round we're beginning to create a waffle texture on the opposite side. So I'll just complete this round and show you what the texture looks like on the other side when it's finished. So again, this side, back post, double crochet in the next, back post, double crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, back post, double crochet around the next, and then the corner here. This pattern is kind of fun to work because it starts to build pretty quickly, and also using a multicolored yarn makes it interesting as well. So it's quite fun to work, and it's a really good sort of intermediate level pattern if you're learning to work with post stitches. And I'll just finish the final corner here, again with a double crochet in the last corner and joining with my double crochet in the top of that beginning chain 2 to complete my 4th corner. So that's the end of round 3, and that's what it looks like now on the back. You can start to see the ridges forming here to create the waffle texture on this side. Alright, the rest of the pattern now is just simply a repetition of rounds 2 and 3. So we're just going to do exactly what we did already on rounds 2 and 3. The only difference is that we'll have more stitches along each side as we're working. So each round will get wider, or each side will get wider as we're making this square larger. So I'll just start again and show you round 2, which is in this case round 4. Again, we're slip stitching in the corner, beginning with our chain 2 for the first half of that corner, and we're back to working front post double crochets on this round. So front post, then a regular double crochet, front post, a regular double crochet, front post, a regular double crochet, and a front post. And again, the corners are always the same: double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. So the only thing that you could possibly do to mess yourself up would be losing stitches in your stitch count, maybe missing a stitch or something. So you're just going to want to make sure that you are working all the stitches and you're working them in the correct manner to create the waffle stitch effect. You'll have, again, the same number of stitches on each side so that it's square, and you can just double check your stitch count as you're starting out if you are not 100% confident. So you're going to have the corners, and on this round you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches along the side, and then again the next corner. So I'll just finish round 4 and then come back and show you the start of round 5, so you can see how it is a repetition of round 3. Okay, I'm working currently on round 5, and again, it's exactly as I already demonstrated for you. It's repetition of round 3. So on this round, we're again working the back post stitches. So back post double crochet, a regular double crochet in the top, a back post, and just alternating in that way across each side. And you always end the side of your square with a post stitch, so that helps you remember or confirm that you've actually done it correctly, that you're ending with a post stitch at the side there before the corner. This yarn that I'm using, this Karen Cakes, is working up really nicely. It's really soft and it seems to show off the waffle texture quite well. Oops, and yep, so again, back post and then a regular double crochet. So the rest of the pattern is again repetitions of rounds 2 and 3 to create the waffle, reversible waffle texture. And this is what I would consider the right side of the blanket, the side that's facing you as you're working. And the opposite side again will be textured and does have a bit of a waffle effect, but it is also the wrong side of the stitches, so it does have a slightly different look. I'll show you what that looks like. So I've just finished my corner there, again with my joining double crochet. So that's the end of round 5. and that is what the wrong side looks like. So it's still quite pretty and a bit of a waffle, definitely a waffle texture. But again, you can see a slight difference, especially if you're used to looking at crochet stitches. You can see this is the wrong side of the pattern, and this is the right side. So this will look quite pretty as you continue with different colors, but that should be a really great help. This demonstration is a good help for you to get started, and once you got those rounds completed, everything else should be really easy. And again, it's just continuing in the same manner. Just pay attention to your stitch counts. So you'll be increasing by 8 stitches on each round, and just make sure that you aren't missing any stitches or working them in the wrong order, because you're going to want to maintain that waffled effect. So that's the only thing basically to pay attention to, is that you're working either the front post or the back post on the correct round, and that you're not missing any stitches, so your stitch count's always accurate, and the same along each side, so we continue to have a square. So I hope that this pattern is something you enjoy working, and thanks for watching. So the swatch that I began was very quickly turned into a much larger size here, and I will definitely be completing this and turning it into an actual baby blanket. So I've got just this much left of my first cake, and I just measured it, and it's about 18 inches across. And I have another cake here, so I'm definitely going to be able to make a nice size baby blanket with this, just using 400 grams of the Caron cakes. And this is again the right side of the waffle, and that's what the wrong side looks like. This yarn works out really well for this particular pattern. Really pretty colors, and also the drape and softness is beautiful. So I definitely recommend this particular yarn for this pattern.